Why do you want to be president?
Well, were I to make the announcement and to run, the reasons that I would run is because I have a great belief in this country that there's more natural resources than any nation of the world. There's the greatest educated population in the world, the greatest technology of any country in the world, the greatest capacity for innovation in the world, and the greatest political system in the world.
Every time I speak about my hope for America, the cynics in Washington roll their eyes. You see, they don't believe we can actually change politics and bring an end to decades of division and deadlock. They don't believe we can limit the power of lobbyists who block our progress, or that we can trust the American people with the truth. And that's why we face the same problems and hear the same promises every 4 years. My experience tells me something very different. In 20 years of public service, I've brought Democrats and Republicans together to solve problems that touch the lives of everyday people. I've taken on the drug and insurance companies and won. I defied the politics of the moment and opposed the war in Iraq before it began. This is Barack Obama. I approved this message to ask you to believe, not just in my ability to bring about real change in Washington. I'm asking you to believe in yours.
There is a bear in the woods. For some people, the bear is easy to see. Others don't see it at all. Some people say the bear is tame. Others say it's vicious and dangerous. Since no one can really be sure who's right, isn't it smart to be as strong as the bear? If there is a bear.
We're here now with Senator Kamala Harris. She's a Democrat from California, first elected to the Senate in 2016 after 20 years as a prosecutor, including stints as the district attorney for San Francisco and attorney general of California.
And Senator Harris has also been laying the groundwork for a run for the White House. It is great to have you with us on this special holiday. Do you have an announcement you'd like to make?
I am running for president of the United States.
Well,
and,
that's a big announcement.
and I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it.
You mentioned 20 years, we mentioned 20 years as a prosecutor. If you win,
yes,
you're going to be commander-in-chief.
Yes.
What qualifies you to be commander-in-chief?
Well, first of all, let me just say I love my country. I love my country. And this is a moment in time that I feel a sense of responsibility to stand up and fight for the best of who we are. And that fight will always include, as one of the highest priorities, our national security. And thinking about it in a way that we understand that we must be smart, we must understand the power that we have, the strength that we have. That is about military power, it is about diplomatic power, it is about the power that we have in terms of what has been, until recently, our moral authority in the world and our ability to work with our allies. I am a career prosecutor, as you said. My entire career has been focused on keeping people safe. It is probably one of the things that motivates me more than anything else. And when I look at this moment in time, I know that the American people deserve to have somebody who is going to fight for them, who is going to see them, who will hear them, who will care about them, who will be concerned about their experience, and put them in front of self-interest.
Austin Mayor Steve Adler spoke about some of those problems, including transportation and housing, in his State of the City address today. According to Mayor Adler, the city is experiencing both the best of times and the worst of times. Austin is full of innovation, and we have one of the lowest metropolitan unemployment rates in the nation. Of course, we have a special culture, and we are a very safe city. But we also have some challenges.
You know, everybody supports change until things start changing. We need to be comfortable with change. Change is often hard, sometimes it is scary, and it is always disconcerting. But we need to hold hands and step forward.
Mayor Adler says this year the City Council wants to take on affordable housing by rewriting the Land Development Code. They also want to focus on crowded roads and want to find ways to lower the number of drivers who commute by themselves. But besides the challenges in the city, the mayor says Austin is also under threat from the state government.
That threat is large and immediate, and today casts a looming shadow over our city and cities across Texas.
Mayor Adler warns that bills in the House and the Senate could hurt the Austin economy and take away policies that are supposed to help those who are disadvantaged.
To build a bridge to the past. We need to build a bridge to the future, and that is what I commit to you to do. Tonight, let us resolve to build that bridge to the 21st century. Let us build a bridge to help our parents raise their children. Let us resolve to build that bridge. I ask all of our fellow citizens to join me and to join you in building that bridge to the 21st century. I want to build a bridge to the 21st century, and all Americans will have the knowledge they need to cross that bridge to the 21st century. Do we want to weaken our bridge to the 21st century? I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. My fellow Americans, if we're going to build that bridge to the 21st century, we have to make our children free. I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. These are the things that we must do to build that bridge to the 21st century. I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. Our bridge to the future must include bridges to other nations. We can only build our bridge to the 21st century, and if we're willing to walk arm in arm across that bridge together. If we want to build that bridge to the 21st century, we have to be willing to say loud and clear, I'm building that bridge to the 21st century. The real choice is whether we will build a bridge to the future or a bridge to the past. Let us commit ourselves this night to rise up and build the bridge we know we ought to build all the way to the 21st century.
Going for it. Oh, Tyson's in trouble.
That's one of the biggest surprises in boxing I ever had.
Well, you know, I give glory to God, and for everybody to know that you can't choose against God. You can choose against me anytime, but when God involved, Jesus alive, and He the credit for it, and I thank God. And
why did you guarantee it with such assurance?
But because, you know, when anytime somebody put God up there, my God's the only true God, and anything must bow to God.
Well, you know, apart from that, apart from religion, because God is here, I hope for all of us. I hope it's just God. Let's get off that. Let's get on to boxing. How did you fight such a brilliant fight?
Well, I'm led by the Spirit of God. And like I told everybody, whatever the Spirit lead me to do, that's what I would do. And it wasn't nothing that so much that I did, and everybody knew that I would wash up. But with God, I'm not washed up.
Did you see him getting tired? Did you think you could take him on at the end?
It wasn't about tired. It was about what the Lord wanted me to do, and each and every round, I went out there and I fought competitive each round. I wasn't giving up anything. I went to the point to take one round at a time, and you know, I realized how competitive he was, and he caught me with good shots. But yeah, I thank God for allowing me to absorb the shot.
You co-sponsored a bill requiring the display of the Ten Commandments in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Mm-hmm. Why was that important to you?
Well, the Ten Commandments is not a bad thing for people to understand and to respect.
I'm with you.
Where better place could you have something like that than in a judicial building or in a courthouse?
That is a good question. Can you think of any better building to put the Ten Commandments in than in a public building?
No. I think if we were totally without them, we may lose a sense of our direction.
What are the Ten Commandments?
What are all of them? You want me to name them all?
Yeah, please.
Don't murder. Don't lie. Don't steal. I can't name them all.
Congressman, thank you for taking time away from keeping the Sabbath day holy to talk to me.
Anytime, Steve.